everybody, this is Kellie Nightlinger with Wild Woman Outdoors, and I'm working on my rebounder today. And today I wanted to talk about vitamin D. And remember that our ancestors got plenty of vitamin D. They knew how to get the proper doses depending on what latitude they lived in. And today, with our lives mostly indoors, we have to rethink the vitamin D dosage that we're getting every day. And maybe knowing some of the facts about the science behind vitamin D might help you to take some different measures to make sure that you're getting the proper dosage of vitamin D every day. So 70% of the United States, some scientists even say up to 75%, are vitamin D deficient. And low dosage of vitamin D lead to things such as, but not limited to, DNA damage. It causes inflammation. And what I find really interesting also is it's recently been found in multiple studies to cause rapid aging. By the way, I'm laughing right now because Juno, my dog, as soon as I start rebounding, she loves the excitement of it, and she comes over on my yoga mat right in front of the rebounder. And right now she has her bone. It's an actual leg bone of an animal that my family harvested. And anyways, she sat down on the yoga mat and was actually watching me on the iPhone. So that's why I kind of digressed and had a little laugh. So you might hear her gnawing. She lives an ancestral life as much as possible as well. And we're going to get outside here in a minute, and she loves that. So anyways, low vitamin D causes DNA damage, inflammation, but it causes rapid aging. And so no one's really ever come out and said that, but the studies that are related to that all point to that direction, because they're leading to age-related disease. So things like cancer and age-related neurological diseases are found in people with low levels of vitamin D. And in northern climates, it's even worse. You'll see a high rate of age-related diseases and a correlation with low dosage of vitamin C. So my suggestion is to get back to your roots and the root cause of disease, and also live more like your ancestor. So some of our ancestors would make like the Sphinx, and they would face east when the sun rose, and they would actually practice the art of sun gazing. So you've probably been taught, and even noticed it as a child, that you don't want to look directly into the sun. But actually, you probably have looked directly into the sun at sunset or maybe sunrise. So as that sun gets low on the horizon, it's actually not harmful to your eye to look directly at the sun in that first few seconds of sunrise and sunset. And we actually have retinal pathways that absorb vitamin D into our system, and they set our circadian rhythm throughout the day, which is a little bit off the vitamin D topic, but they are regulated by melanopsin, and we actually make the hormones, not just vitamin D hormone, but also things like dopamine and melatonin when we're looking at the sun through our retinal pathway. So even if we're getting indirect sun as well. So that's created through the eye. And then of course we can absorb some through the skin as well. So vitamin D regulates over 900 genes, and it suppresses aging. So if you have an age-related disease, which if you're not sure if your disease is age-related, I guess one of the easiest ways are most people that typically got it in the past older? So, for example, cancers and neurological diseases, maybe like Parkinson's, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, those types of things. And are you facing that at a younger age? Well, think back, do you get the proper dosage of vitamin D? Have you ever been tested? It's actually a pretty cheap test. I've been tested before I went to work at an underground mine in Alaska. My doctor recommended that not only that I get my vitamin D tested, but that I start going to tanning booths at least once a week, which seemed counterintuitive to what I was taught in the 1980s, that tanning booths were bad. But he explained that small dosage usage of tanning beds, the benefits far outweighed any worries about skin cancer, as long as I wasn't overdoing it. And so I took his recommendation, and anytime I felt seasonal affective disorder, I noticed a huge boost when I would go to the tanning booth, mentally and physically. And so I also am a strong believer in getting the proper Lux light. If you're inside, maybe having a Happy Light, or there's many other brands, and a Juve light the rest of the day, or something like that, a LED infrared, far and near infrared light, or a sauna, which also produces light, whether it's traditional dry sauna or in the visible spectrum, it's producing light. So remember, your cellular being, your cells, they run our body, and they need light, whether it's in the visible or non-visible spectrum. And your skin and your eyes absorb that light. And so that light is responsible for our overall health. And so another thing to mention is that a 70-year-old is absorbing 1/4 the amount of vitamin D than a 20-year-old. And it's also been proven that vitamin D regulates telomere length. And if you know what a telomere is, that actually leads hypotheses that your increased telomere length, I believe it's actually mostly been proven, but telomere lengthening increases your age. And so when you have a shortened telomere, in some variabilities, it would lead to a shorter lifespan. So obviously, we want to live healthy, and we want to live longer. But we want to live healthy longer. So we want to increase not just our lifespan, but our health span. And if we're fat, sick, diseased, and nearly dead, we're not increasing our health span. So that was me on the standard American diet. And I did get a lot of sun, but I always wore sunglasses. I always wore a hat. And I felt like my eyes were so sensitive to light. I would constantly get a headache. I'm not sure what scientific reason there was for that, but I was super unhealthy, super toxic, super sick, super tired. And I've changed all that. And I'm getting healthier and more vibrant and living with more vitality every day. And I'm educating myself, and along the way, my goal is to help any of you learn with me and through me. And hopefully I can inspire you, and maybe you'll start your own health journey along the way as well. So if you're interested in any of this information or any health coaching or just some inspiration or further information on anything I share, feel free to contact me at Kellie Nightlinger at yahoo.com. And if you're not sure how to spell my name, you can look it up on my website at wildwomanoutdoors.com, or you can follow me along with me on any of my social media platforms, on Facebook or Instagram primarily, but mostly YouTube. And then you can also follow me on other social media platforms as well that I typically don't do as much there. So until next time, get outdoors, go wild, and follow your wildest dreams. And we're gonna head on out for our cold water therapy for the day and then off on a run. Thank you.